How you doing? I think we're live. I think we're live. I hope we're live. How are you? I'm just checking that I'm all switched on. I went back into the house. I had a nice lunch. I was all chilled. I say that I was working when I shouldn't have been really. But then I was like, oh God, I need to come in and set this up because today I get to work with a new, to me, artist, which is always the funnest thing because it means that we're right at the beginning of our, or pretty much the beginning of our relationship. That's how I feel, because that's what it feels like. Every single person, oh, check this out. That's to remind me to drink water. So I've got a timer going, so every 25 minutes that thing bings at me, and now I drink water. Which is great because it means that I drink around about 4 litres throughout the day, which I'm a water fiend. I love water so much. Anyway, but yeah, I feel like I haven't been drinking enough recently, so keep hydrated is very good. Anyway, let's get back to Alex. So, Alex is from Germany. We haven't worked together before yet, which is super fun. Yeah, so that to me, like the beginning of working with anyone is so fun because you really get to learn about them, their story, you know, where they've come from, and it's just the beginning, which is really cool. And like I said, with every single client that I work with, every musician, every artist, I don't know, I feel like I really develop a deep relationship with the majority, if not all of them, and a friendship more than anything. So it's always really fun when there's a new artist on the scene, on the block, because the possibilities are endless, which is fun. I like it. Anyway, let's see who's in the room. Right, we've got Nathan's here. Hello, Nathan. How you doing? Coffee got, ready to rock. Almost got a coffee for myself and then didn't because I think I'm getting old. I drank coffee this morning and I was starting getting heart palpitations, but I think it's because I also drank this smoothie with some protein powder. Not for me, it's my husband. He's working out a lot and he wants to recover quicker because he keeps getting injured. So he was like, right, I'm going to start doing the protein powder thing. Hopefully it'll help. La 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 la. And yeah, I was like, oh yeah, fine. I'll have some as well. Like, makes a difference. Turns out it does. I was sitting there, like, you know, when you've drunk too much coffee and you like, I said this to him earlier. It feels like every cell in your body is buzzing. That doesn't make me feel good. Like, that makes me feel very uncomfortable. I've got enough energy as it is, as you can see. So the last thing I need is more. So that's why I stopped myself from getting a coffee, but I kind of wish I had, to be honest. But hey ho, Nathan, you're going to have to drink your coffee for me. Mooncat Drums is here. Hello, Carl. How are you? Are you well? And Nathan saying hi to Carl. And oh, tea is ready to roll for Carl. He's going for the tea option, which again, I probably should have done. But I didn't. I find tea, I don't like normal tea. Yes, I know I'm English. In fact, I'm Irish, so that's even worse to not like, you know, normal, what do you call it, black tea, I suppose? Tea with milk, builder's tea. It's a bit of a sacrilege thing in the UK to not be into tea. I'm into herbal tea, but I only really have it for when I'm going to bed to chill out, to relax with. It's actually... what I try and make it is a signal to my body to stop eating. That's how I try and use tea. Haven't had tea for a few days, been eating a lot, but I'm very happy. And I know, Nathan, you're probably sitting there laughing at me because I always bring back things to food, but I love food, what can I say? Oh no! Nathan, I don't know how to say that word in German. Or I probably know it if someone said it to me, but I don't know what it is to write it down, to read it. Speaking of which, tried to read the file name of this song for Alex. Literally have made up where I think, because he wrote it all as one word, and I don't think it is. In fact, can I type? Yeah, I can type. All right, somebody tell me, because I'm not going to, like, this is what it looked like by itself. So Semmelrogue. Anyway, I stuck a space in the middle there, so it's like 2 words, Semmelrogue. If anyone can tell me if that actually means anything, or maybe it's a name of someone or somewhere or something, I don't know. But like I said, I don't want to look it up whilst I'm live streaming because I guess I'm here to play drums as well and chat, obviously. Charlotte Bibby's here. Hello, Charlotte. How are you? What was I was thinking about you. Was it a couple of days ago? I think you commented on something. I can't quite remember. Anyway, my brain doesn't seem to work very well. Oh! Before we start listening to this, because Alex said that I can stream the backing track, which is super cool, which means we can do a chart, which means we can do parts. He also said that, so he's not a drummer, he's a guitarist. I think he's a guitarist. I think I just assumed that. Anyway, he said to me, look, you're the drummer, so you do your thing. I trust your instinct, sort of thing. I've had a very brief listen to the track, just to line it up. And obviously when he first sent it through. So I will be hearing this for the first time properly with you guys. Nathan says, haha, Google Translation says it's rye bread because everything comes back to food. See? Food's the best. Okay, now I have to show you my mug. So this is Gudetama. It's a Japanese egg who's very despondent and depressed. And it's my favourite thing at the moment, and I've become obsessed. I've become a little bit obsessed. But anyway, so the reason it's in here, I promise I'll start listening to, first of all, it's got bum, which is quite hilarious. The reason that I bought this because it made me happy. The reason that it's now in the studio is because we have a coffee machine, and it doesn't fit under the coffee machine. And also, when you put coffee in it, it literally comes to about there. So it's just not made for, and actually, like, no offence, it's not very nice to drink out of. So anyway, now it's going to be in the studio. It's going to hold pens and stuff. And I'm going to get to look at it every day, and it's going to make me happy. I've got a calendar on this side of Gudetama as well. I mean, literally obsessed. Can't help it. So Nathan says a food song. I know. I mean, come on. It's just perfect. Joe Perkins is here. Good afternoon. So Joe Perkins is another lovely, lovely artist, guitarist that I get to work with, who has some of the most gorgeous guitar tones I've ever heard in my life. It's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. Joe, you messaged me something. Was it about this week's stems? I think it might have been. Yeah, I'm almost certain it was. But I hope you do something with them because I feel like you could do something amazing with them. Please do. Juggy's here. Hey, Juggy, you haven't been in for a while. It's lovely to see you. Yay. Oh, this is so good. And Juggy, all I remember, like, I'm trying to remember where you live, and I think it's in Gillingham because that's where there's an ice rink, and my sister is an ice skater. Juggy, tell me that I'm correct, because if I've remembered that, then that's a personal win for my whole day, to be honest. And Juggy says, Emily, do you ever do this recording stuff before getting your... Oh, did you ever do this recording stuff before getting your studio? So I did recording in other people's studios, like just regular sessions. So, yeah, I've recorded a ton. Obviously, I did that Darkness album. I did that Brian Ferry album. I've done a whole bunch of other stuff that you just would not even know about because things didn't get released. So, yeah, I've always done recording. I tried doing recording from my best friend Sharice's studio once when we didn't have any mics and we didn't have even an interface. I literally used a USB mic and sent it off to, probably shouldn't be saying this, but I don't really care. So sent it off to the Right Said Fred boys because they were after some kind of rocky drums and they just wanted an idea or something, and I did not hear. I sent it and I just didn't hear anything, and I was like, okay. We've been in touch since. I've done some recording since, so it's all good. Love those boys. They're so much fun. In fact, where are they? What are they doing? I hope they're okay. They're a lovely pair. Very unique, definitely. They're great fun. And Charlotte Bibby says that mug is great. I love it. Joe says, yep, downloaded the stem, shall experiment. Please do, Joe. In fact, Joe, are you well throughout? We haven't properly spoken, I don't think, like throughout this whole pandemic. Feel free to send me a separate message, but I hope you're doing well throughout this, because, yeah, we haven't spoken, which is weird. I feel like we speak more than we have recently, but I hope you're well and keeping well. And Juggy says, yes, I'm 5 minutes to know. Yes, I remembered that Juggy lives in Gillingham. And on that note, let's get going with this song. Right, I'm going to switch you to me and the iPad and the Logic. So, rye bread. Okay. Oh, Nathan, is it 2 words or is it 1 word? I'm going to assume that it's 2 words. Oh, I need to mute you in here, otherwise you're not going to be happy. Right, so Semmel Rog, or Rye Bread. This is the song. Alex Wellkers. I'm probably saying his name wrong as well, because, like I say, beginning of a relationship, this is when all my pronunciation is wrong, where they're from is wrong. I know he's in Germany. Right, so I had a moment earlier where I was thinking, oh, that's it, I was typing the description to this live stream, and I was like, Alex Wellkers, and he's from, and I stopped myself, and I went, it could be a girl. But then I looked, and there's a picture, it could be a girl, but there's a picture on his website, on their website, that is of a lad, so I figure that must be him. Alex, right, so, Semmel Rog. Oh, I need to learn languages, honestly, because this is starting to get a little bit ridiculous. Okay, right, let's just go for this. Let's have a listen. Let me just check you're getting this. Yes, you are. Excellent. It's a rocky track. I'm very excited. I love a rocky track. Okay, so, yeah. Let's go.
Didn't I tell you before?
So, yeah. Right, let's go from the top.
Didn't I tell you before? Didn't I tell you a million times? What kind of mess is this? Make some space, put things away. There are rules everywhere. Everyone needs a policy. There is structure everywhere. Make some space, put things away. Things should be put away, 'cause they can't be put away. You don't have to keep everything. What should be put away. Thousand times, this place is not livable. Come on, just make some space. It was clean everywhere. Now this place is a mess. Tidiness was everywhere. Make some space, put things away. Things should be put away, 'cause they can't be put away. You don't have to keep everything, but should be put away. Put it in order. Put it in order. Make it clean. Make it clean. Everything has to find its place. There was some water, some cleanliness, everything used to be in its place.
Nice. Love that. Such a what does it remind? There's something the chorus reminds me of. I don't know if it's early Muse or something like that, but I really like that. And mixed with maybe a little bit of kind of like, you know, like 90s rock, like I'm not sure if it's Alice in Chains or Pearl Jam. The reason that I don't know is because I grew up listening to that stuff, and you know when you listen to things when you're a kid and they meld into the same time and the same kind of feeling and the same all that sort of stuff. So I'm not sure which one it is of those that I'm pretty sure it's Alice in Chains that reminds me of. Now, what's interesting, sorry, I just need to switch my phone on to do not disturb. What's interesting is, and I'm almost certain that now Alex is a guitarist. The drums are written like a guitarist would write the drums, if that makes sense. So they hit all the accents and all that sort of stuff, which is absolutely fine. But I think that what the best thing for this song that I can do for it is to just to provide a bit more of a base for it to all sit on. I'm gonna catch some of those things because they're really fun. But I think what this needs is, just something to kind of just make it all very cohesive, so Alex can literally play around it, basically. Just finishing the. Cool. So yeah, this is exciting. I'm excited. What do I need to do? The snare drum that's in there I think is a bit too deep for what this needs, so I might just tune it up, or I might change it, I'm not sure. I will work that out once I get in there. But yeah, super interesting. I love where he's voiced like the crash and the gaga. That's brilliant. But in fact, I wanna hear this without the drums because I might get a completely different vibe. Let's just go from this.
Everything has to find its place. There was some water, some cleanliness. Everything used to be in its place. I am sure I told you.
I love that when it goes from the tag to that first chorus. I think it's just, I don't know why it's special, but that's special to me. That's a real moment.
This was everywhere, but should be all away. Put it, cause it makes some space for things away. Things should be put away. Cause it can't be put away. You don't have to keep everything, but should be all away. Put it in order. Put it in order. Make it clean. Everything has to find its place.
Yes, I think we can do something very nice. Sorry, I really must apologise. I have a whole thing about not swearing ever on, like, I swear quite a lot in real life sometimes, especially if I'm on tour, but I'm trying to make a point of not on these because I'm very aware that I'd like to have younger people, humans, watching this stuff and not have their parents go, well, you can't watch it because she swears, because that, sorry, apologies. Right, let's see what's happening in the chat. So Nathan says, if it's one word, it might be bread roll. This is just the best. Or the surname of a German actor in Das Boot. Ooh, that could be possible because the lyrics kind of make sense in that sense. And yeah, that's what you're saying. So Carl says Das Boot. Now that's an odd reference. I have never seen Das Boot, but I hear it's like one of those films that everyone should see, so I probably should. Maybe this is a sign that I should see it. Yeah, maybe a reference to the water fits the film. Oh, cool, yeah, if I'm hearing it right. Yeah, I haven't seen the film, so I don't know, but rye bread doesn't make sense with the lyrics. So I'm going to go with it might be the film. And Matthew State is here. Hello, Matthew. How are you? Oh, lovely to see you. Oh, and Trogler Jam here as well. Great song. It is a great song, isn't it? Again, another lovely artist that I get to work with. Trogler Jam. Love you so much, Johnny. Carl says, yes, an Alice in Chains vibe going on there. Yeah, it is. It's definitely Alice in Chains, isn't it? I'm not going crazy. I mean, I am going crazy, but not when it comes to that. I'm almost convinced that it is. I really like it. I mean, that's so my strata. Yeah, oh, and hints of music. Do you agree, Carl? I'm so glad that you agree. I always feel like I'm just going crazy. And Matthew says, excited to see what it takes. Me too. Oh, sorry. Just playing that casually whilst I'm also chatting to you. It's not playing in the room, so I can't hear it. Right. So on that note, I'm going to go next door and I'm going to go record some drums. So I reckon I'll do 3 takes of this. I've just got to start the snare drum, I think. I just want to tune it a bit higher. But yeah, we'll go for like 4 takes and then we'll come back and see where we're at. So I'm going to switch over to the live room and I will see. How long is this song? This song is around about 4 minutes. So I will see you in 16 minutes. Let's say that. I might set up a camera as well. That's a good shout. Okay, I'm going to switch over to the live room, but I will see you again shortly. All right.
tell you before? Didn't I tell you a million times? What kind of mess is this? Make some space, put things away. There are rules everywhere. Everyone needs a policy. There is structure everywhere. Make some space, put things away. Things should be put away, 'cause they can't be put away. You don't have to keep everything what should be put away. There was some water, some cleanliness. Everything used to be in its place. I am sure I told you 1,000 times. This place is not livable. Come on, just make some space. It was clean everywhere. Now this place is a mess. Tidiness was everywhere. Make some space, put things away. Things should be put away, 'cause they can't be put away. You don't have to keep everything what should be put away. Put it in order. Put it in order. Make it clean. Make it clean. Everything has to find its place. There was some order. There was some cleanliness. Everything used to be in its place. Put it in order. Make it clean. Everything has to find its place. There was some order, some cleanliness. Everything used to be in its place. Didn't I tell you before? Didn't I tell you a million times? What kind of mess is this? Make some space, put things away. There are rules everywhere. Everyone needs a policy. There is structure everywhere. Make some space, put things away. Things should be put away, 'cause they can't be put away. You don't have to keep everything what should be put away. space. It was clean everywhere. Now this place is a mess. Tidiness was everywhere. Make some space, put things away. Things should be put away, 'cause they can't be put away. You don't have to keep everything, but should be put away. Put it in order. Put it in order. Make it clean. Make it clean. Everything has to find its place. There was some order. Some cleanliness. Everything used to be in its place. Put it in order. Make it clean. Everything has to find its place. There was some order. Some cleanliness. Everything used to be in its place. Didn't I tell you before? Didn't I tell you a million times? What kind of mess is this? Make some space, put things away. There are rules everywhere. Everyone needs a policy. There is structure everywhere. Make some space, put things away. Things should be put away, 'cause they can't be put away. You don't have to keep everything, what should be put away. Put it in order. Make it clean. Everything has to find its place. There was some order. Some cleanliness. Everything used to be in its place. I am sure I told you 1,000 times. This place is not livable. Come on, just make some space. It was clean everywhere. Now this place is a mess. Tidiness was everywhere. Make some space, put things away. Things should be put away, 'cause they can't be put away. You don't have to keep everything, but should be put away. Put it in order. Put it in order. Make it clean. Make it clean. Everything has to find its place. There was some order. Some cleanliness. Everything used to be in its place. there was some water. So I'm glad you know. Everything used to be in its place. Didn't I tell you before? Didn't I tell you before? Didn't I tell you before? Didn't I tell you a million times? What kind of Didn't I tell you before? Didn't I tell you a million times? What kind of mess is this? Make some space, put things away. There are rules everywhere. Everyone needs a policy. There is structure everywhere. Make some space, put things away. Things should be put away, 'cause they can't be put away. You don't have to keep everything. What should be put away. Just make some space. It was clean everywhere. Now this place is a mess. Tidiness was everywhere. Make some space, put things away. Things should be put away. 'cause it can't be put away. You don't have to keep everything what should be all away. Put it in order. Put it in order. Make it clean. Make it clean. Everything has to find its place. There was some order. There was some cleanliness. Everything used to be in its place. Put it in order. Make it clean. Everything has to find its place. There was some order. Some cleanliness. Everything used to be in its place.
I need some water. Oh, the camera is a little bit, there we go. Little bit, my hair. What is going on with my hair? Oh, crying out loud. What a great track. I think that last take was the one for me, with a couple of swapsies. The only thing that I was really struggling with was that main riff, the intro riff, because I didn't want to go directly with the guitar. However, as it turned out, that was probably the best thing to do, because I feel like that was the best that it sounded, was in that last take. So let's just delete. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. Hold on. There we go. Right, first of all, let's save that, because my computer sounds like it's about to fall over, and we don't need that in our life. Let me just delete these extra takes. I'm not going to be using those. I was just trying some stuff out, because you know when something just doesn't feel quite right, but you can't put your finger on why. And anyway, it's fine, because that last one I feel like was the one, as I say. But we'll see how it feels. Let's just have a look in the chat. Give myself a little bit of a break. Wow, we had a lot of chat. Oh, crying out loud. Blah, blah, blah. Right, we've got David Lemitz is here. Hello. And I know I've just said your name wrong, and I'm sorry. David, thank you for using all those free stems. You keep posting about them, and it's so cool. I can't wait to hear properly like a finished song with them, and to see what you do with them, which is really, really cool. Carl says, noticed you only tuning the lugs nearest you. Yeah. Were those detuned for that Ashtone sound, or do you have some odd tuning magic secret to share? So the only tuning, so it's just years of messing around, and what I find works for me, depending on the sound that I'm trying to get, so is the only lugs I ever touch are the sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are closest to me, and then on the bottom head, the only ones I really touch are the ones either side of the snare bed. So I think the ash sound that you're talking about is that kind of almost gated snare sound. So what I would do for that is just detune the two lugs either side of the snare bed on the bottom head, and mess around with the snare. You have to really loosen it, and then it gives that when you hear it, which is pretty cool. Top head, I mean, it just depends on the song, but for me, the two lugs that are closest to me, generally speaking, are completely detuned. Like, they may not even as well be in the actual holes. And then the two next to it are like half a turn maybe, depending on the snare as well, because different tension, like the length of the thread and all that sort of stuff. And then yeah, just going round, and they get tired. They go, I think I'm losing my voice, which is very bad. I'm doing an interview tonight. Actually, if you want to come, it's on Instagram Live, and it's Vic Firth interviewing me, who are my stick company, and I should have a pair of sticks. Oh yes, my stick company. Yeah, we're having a chat on Instagram Live if anyone wants to join. But what I mean is, I really should not be losing my voice today. I'll have to make sure I have some honey or something, or some nice tea. There we go. That's why tea is good for that. And Nathan says, that's a good shout, Carl. There's a tuning technique that allows you to control loads of tone from just a few lugs due to the balance of the head. I forget what it is now, but I've seen videos on it before. Yeah, I don't know what my tuning method is. It's just the thing that I do on most of the sessions I do, and I really like the sound of it, and I've just learned how to do that well. But honestly, I mean, ask me to tune a snare drum like really high, I really struggle to get a good tone out of it, and that doesn't sound choked. So I can just do one thing, that's basically it, and I can kind of, within the confines of that, I can make it work. But yeah, I really like that sound. So David says, I think Alex loves Alison Mosshart, and it's cool. Oh yeah, that's a really good point, actually. That's really cool. Matthew State says, dirty heavy groove, I love it. Oh, thank you, Matthew, that's very kind. Like I say, that last take felt like the one. I felt like I was just in it, and it felt good, and I don't know, it felt right to me. I'll probably listen back and go, ooh, let's hope not, eh? Carl says, Nathan seen Ashton a couple of drum events, and he detunes a few lugs to get a really dead sound, kind of similar to the upside down old head wallet on the snare effect. Yeah, that's so funny. Oh, Maycel's here. Maycel Texira. I've never tried to say your surname, Maycel, but hello, it's lovely to have you here. Lovely to see you as always. And Jed's here. Hello, Jed. How are you? Hello. Had no idea you were on. Hope everyone's okay. Yeah, I'm sorry if you didn't get a notification. I don't understand. It's me being just completely useless and not understanding how to let people know. That's why I post something up on Instagram, and I just hope that people see, because the notification thing on YouTube, I'm not convinced that it's working. So I don't know. Anyway. And Nathan says, do you ever watch the Sounds Like a Drum channel? Carl, they go into some serious detail about tuning. It still confuses me. Tuning is a dark art, but it's one of those things. 5 seconds, I got to drink my water. I probably missed one of those, actually. Yeah, I think it's just one of those things, tuning. Just do a lot of it, and then you work out, because every drum is different as well, but you just kind of work out what works. Like the drum that's in there right now is a Yamaha. It's a modern snare. It's a brass 14 by 6.5, and it's great, but it reacts very differently to, say, my 402 or my Craviotto, or sorry, I'm just actually looking at them out there because my brain is so minimal capacity right now. Well, maximum capacity, you know what I mean. Right, so what else we got? Everyone's saying hello to each other, which is really lovely. Makes me happy as anything. Jed, no sign of going back to work just yet. That means you get to be with us, so that's nice. And Nathan says, yeah, a lot of parts of the country on the verge of reversing lockdown. Yeah, bad times. Dude, this is the most selfish, boring thing I've ever said in relation to lockdown. But I have to go get my hair done on the 29th of July, just before I go start rehearsals and then filming for the Voice Kids live final. Because look at this. Look at this. And I'm a month away from having anything done, but I need it to just stay not locked down so I can sort myself out. Otherwise, I'm going to have some very interesting hairstyles on that final show. You know, just my normal haircut for the whole of the series, and then suddenly, like, Doc from Back to the Future comes out behind the drums. Like, who's that person? Right, so Jed says, this is a top tune. I'm loving the rocky side of your drumming, Emily. Thank you, Jed. Yeah, I really enjoy this tune. Like I said, I grew up listening to like Alice in Chains and stuff, so to me this is absolutely up my street, like totally. I've just realised I added what's it called? A watermark, I suppose, like a subscribe watermark, and it's right next to me. Which side is that? Because this is backwards. So it's there, next to my fan. Yes, lovely little. Anyway, that's boring. Nathan says, yeah, I'm loving all the stops and hangs and lock-ins. Yeah, I think that's the way to go with this. I don't think they need to be happening all the time, but I think there needs to be a nod to them sort of connecting, where the drums and the guitar sort of like connect in the main line. And I love the lyrics. I really like the lyrics and the vocals on it. I think it's really cool. And Mooncat Drums is going to look up that Sounds Like a Drum. It's a really good channel. I would highly recommend it also. I haven't seen as many videos as I wish I could, but I am short of time these days. David Lemedzi. So I'm probably saying that wrong. Yes, that break. Yeah, the break is good. And Crescendo Amazing from Nathan there. Smash that break. I got goosebumps, dude. Thank you. That I got goosebumps before I even played anything. I just hope I haven't ruined it. And David says perfect tune. Nathan says nailed it. Carl says fab groove there. And Bowl Studios here. Hello Simon, how are you? Simon Stewart. Is that right? Or have I just made that up? Great song, great drumming. Gotta go by. Oh, he's gone anyway, so I will never know if I got your name, if I remembered your name correctly. And Mooncat Drums, what time's the chat? The chat tonight is at 8 PM. So, depending on where you are right now, 5 hours from now. You know me, I like to do my slightly strange way of explaining what time it is. Yeah, 8 PM BST. I think it's 3 PM Eastern Time and midday Pacific. Is that right? I don't know. Over on the West Coast. 8 PM my time. So yeah, come say hi. Come ask some questions. I'm terrified. So this genuinely, right? I wouldn't say this to many people, but I really trust you guys. So yesterday, Vic Firth put out a thing on their Instagram stories saying, and their Instagram feed, just going, hey, we're interviewing Emily tomorrow. Really cool, whatever. And then they said, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments or go to the stories. And instantly, I just went, oh my god, no one's going to ask any questions. Oh my god, they're going to be like, why have we decided to get her on to do an interview and no one cares, no one wants to ask a question. So if you want to, please go ask a question so that I'm not just sat there going, oh god, I'm so sorry. I mean, Sarah is great, so she'll ask me questions anyway. But yeah, it just had this panic of like, no one's gonna submit a question. No one has anything to ask. Not that that matters. Obviously, I can just talk, which is fine. But I like the idea of people actually wanting to hear what I have to say because they have questions. Anyway, I'm going to shut up because I'm going down a rabbit hole. Carl says, oh yeah, what's time to chat? Right, Jed says, I got a notification, but I missed. Totally my fault. Oh, not yours. Oh, okay, well, that's good to know that I'm not completely stupid. Just a little bit. Moray's here. Hello, just caught the last take. Love the Super Heavy group. Moray, that was the better take, so we're probably going to go with that. And I believe we get to work together soon as well. Yay! So Moray's booked in. Again, another person, another new to me artist that I get to work with. And I was saying, Moray, earlier, it's great when I get to work with new artists because it's like the beginning of a friendship and just, you know, those early stages, getting to know each other and all that sort of stuff. It's so fun. I love the organic way that things kind of like unfold, especially if you're like in the room like right now and you sort of like learn things about each other. It's really cool. I really enjoy it. And number 5 is here. Tweety. I think I know who number 5 is. Hello. I don't get the Tweety reference. I've got a good Etama. Looks like Tweety, but not Tweety. I don't get it. Oh, Tone, I don't get it. Anyway, right. So let's have a listen. Like I said, I think I'm just going to go for that last take and then just cut in. Famous last words. So let's just save a new alternative. Oh, my throat is really... comp. Okay, let's do a comp. You are muted in here. I also hope that it's probably going to be just the last take, because that means that I filmed it, and it means that I can just use one take for the video rather than having to only use part of the video to create a video for social media. Good old social media. Oh, the water sound! Yeah, so check it out. This bottle was given to me as a birthday present from my mama because I love water. My sister has the same bottle. We compared water bottles the other day because when I drink from this, it sounds like... Do you remember those old bird tweeters that you used to be able to get in like toy shops? Like, that's what that sounds like. So at the weekend I saw my sister and I was like, by the way, does your water bottle also sound like there's a small bird inside? She was like, yes. Okay, great. That's fine then. I don't mind. It's just the only thing I'm worried about. Oh God. Right. I promise I will get to this after I say this. When we're doing the Voice Kids, the whole room, like the whole stage, is mic'd up, and I had a different bottle that I was using in rehearsals, and one time, I drank from the bottle and then I clicked it shut, and the click of it reverberated like around the whole of the room. And we happened to be recording something, luckily not for the show, it was like for rehearsals, but on the recording was me closing my bottle, and I was like, oh, and it was not loud, and I was like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing, like, what's wrong with me? I record every day of my life, I should know this. But this is like next level, like Tweety Bird. Oh, it's gonna be, I need to remember. I did work out that if I hold this little air hole, then it works, but it does kind of spill all over me. Anyway, right, let's actually go to what you came here for, which is for some drums. And let's take out that click because nobody needs that in their life.
Tell you before, didn't I tell you a million times? What kind of mess is this? Make some space for things away. There are rules everywhere. Everyone needs a policy. There is structure everywhere. Make some space for things away. Things should be put away, 'cause they can't be put away. You don't have to keep everything. It should be put away.
That's the only thing. That crash. Why did I hit crash?
This place is
Doesn't need it.
down.
It's just a bit out of place. It's quite possible I hit a crash on all of them, to be honest, and I will just have to take it from somewhere else. But if I don't have yep, it's on there. There we go. Lovely. Oh, actually, I'll have to do it longer because
This place is not Liverpool. 1,000 towns. This place is not Liverpool. This place is not Liverpool.
doorbell. Ba-bum.
This place is not Liverpool. Come on, just make some space. It was clean everywhere. Now this place is a mess. Tidiness was everywhere. Make some space for things away. Things should be put away, 'cause it can't be put away. You don't have to keep everything, but should be put away. Put it
I love
put
that.
it
It
in
feels like it's
order.
just
Put it
in the best way
order.
possible.
Make it clean, make it clean. Everything has to find its place. There was some water. Some cleanliness.
Just want to see the other lead-ins to that. I really liked it, but you never know.
Make it
It gives me anger, this song, but I mean that in the best way possible. It's very easy to evoke that angry kind of.
Make it clean, make it clean. Everything has to find its place. Make it clean,
Sorry, that exhale was me. I was annoyed at myself.
make it
And the reason was because I made it about me and not about the song, and that annoyed me. I've annoyed myself.
clean. Everything has to find its place.
Nope. And last one. So I think it is the one I thought.
Make it clean, make it clean. Everything has to find its place.
So for some reason on that first one, I just got the actual structure completely wrong. Yeah, I think that's the one in it, really.
Make it clean, make it clean. Everything has to find its place. There was some water. Some cleanliness. Everything used to be in its place. Put it in order. Make it clean.
Sorry. Just gotta replace that snare. Oh, well, that's interesting. Yeah. That was a strange shortcut that I've never come across. And I don't want that. Yeah, that one there, that snare drum is a bit too. It needs to be moved. So, snare. Love that. As expected, yeah, that's kind of the one. The only thing because I didn't listen when we did it, was the first bit. That's the only thing I need to listen to again. But then we'll just move stuff.
Didn't I tell you?
I want to just.
How you be?
I just want to have a look at the first take. No, it wasn't that. Yeah, that one. I mean, that it's great when you just kind of go, yeah, obviously that's the take. I just want to move that snare drum. I think that's what it is. Jed, you're making me laugh. Oh, see what? Actually, I think this is sticking out. I want that to be the floor tom, but I do that at the end, so I can move that. So I can move that over. Get floor tom. Okay, so to me, that's like it. Was that? Oh no. Okay, I have. What did I mix in? Oh, it was that crash, wasn't it? Silly lady. Right, so we're going to save that. We're going to do a flatten and fix. I will come to the chat in a second when I'm. You remember when I do my flex time editing? It needs some time to just analyse it, so I will come to you very shortly, since there's literally these two little things to do, which is just aces in my brain. So let's just have a bit of a solo situation. Oh, maybe not. Smaller. Go. Oh, maybe not. Great. Okay, so I believe that's fine. Let's just save that. The alternative, which is going to be the fix. So we're just going to move a couple of beats around, and I'm just going to copy and paste that. That's pretty much it. But what that means is I have to switch on flex time. So, right. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat now. Although it seems like there's a few already. Zalster's here. Hello, Michael. How are you? What's wrong with the throat? Allergies? Not infected. No, not infected. I think it is just, it's a mixture of allergies. I get really bad hay fever, and I haven't taken a Piriton today. Also, it's just talking. I feel like I've just been talking constantly for the last 3 months or something like that. Just between like doing that course, putting that together, and doing these live streams, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But my throat is just taking its toll. I mean, I'd be the worst singer. I'd just constantly have a sore throat, and I'd constantly be losing my voice. I'd be the worst. It's totally worth it, and I'm totally fine, and I feel great aside from hay fever. It's just one of those things. By the way, I can't hear my phone if the ding 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 goes off to drink my water. So can you just let me know if I miss it, because it's quite possible that I will, because it happened earlier. Moray says, still not as bad as one show I did where one of the cast went to the loo after their scene with their radio mic still on. Dude, there's so many times I've heard a certain artist go to the loo so many times because they forgot to turn off their radio pack. It's hilarious. It's just, yeah, it's one of those universal experiences that all musicians involving any sort of radio frequencies have. And I'm sure, do you know what? I probably, no, in fact, well, I don't have a mic on, do I? So luckily, I would pretty much guarantee if I had a mic on during a show, I would be one of those people that would do that. So, yeah, I hope it was a number one and there wasn't too much straining. Kevin is here, fashionably late as ever, but he's here. Awesome. It's lovely to have you, Kevin. Always great to see you. And Omar Pagan, hello. hello, you're new to me. I feel like you're new to me because I would remember your name because I used to go to school with a kid called Omar Halibal, and he used to live literally one road away from me, and he was lovely. He was so nice. I don't know what he's up to now. I think he lives in Manchester. So, hi Emily, great drumming. Thank you, solid. And are you ever working with Latin artists? No, if you need a Latin drummer, I'm not the drummer for you. If you want a rock pop drummer, absolutely. Blues drummer, absolutely. Country drummer, absolutely. Song drummer, like just a good solid song, absolutely. But that Latin thing, I've worked on it, and I will continue to work on it. But it's not. I'm not the one for that. There are plenty that are though. So if you want to drop me a line, I'll put you in touch with a couple of people. I'm just trying to think. A couple of people off the top of my head. Yeah. Horacio El Hernandez is the person that is coming to mind, but I don't know if he's doing. He's Cuban, but I don't know if he's doing remote sessions. But I'm sure that he is if he's able to. And Nathan saying to Kevin, I was just reading your comments on M's Drummer Guide to Effective Festivaling. Great points, mate. Oh, I didn't see that. Do you know what? Okay, let's talk about YouTube, right? And notifications. I don't get notifications anymore when people comment. So I miss like all the comments, and it's only when I happen to go on that. I know, I'm rubbish at replying to comments anyway. I'm fully aware of that, and I'm not trying to pretend like I'm not, and I'm not trying to blame YouTube. But yeah, if I don't reply for ages, A, I'm rubbish, but B, it doesn't help that I don't get any notifications anymore. I don't know why. Moddy Drum's here. Moddy Drum is here. Ciao, Canuccia. Bello or bella. Do I say bella because I'm a girl, or do I say bello if I'm saying it to a boy? I love that I'm talking as if I'm like a 9-year-old. If it's a girl and a boy. What else can I say? I don't know. Come stai? And that's it. Kevin says, Nathan, thank you so much. I'm good this morning. I'm in America. Had to do a bit of running around. Kevin, I knew that you were in America. Where in America are you again? Had to do a bit of running around before I could get to the stream, but I've got my coffee sorted and I'm all good. You guys are really making me want a coffee, even though it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. In fact, I probably should have a coffee because doing the Instagram chat, not that I need to have energy because I'll be buzzing off of adrenaline anyway, so it'll be fine. Jed says, that's fab, love it. What, no percussion? That's what made me laugh, Jed. You literally made me chuckle when you said that. And yeah, no percussion on this one, I don't think it's appropriate, unfortunately. Matthew says, well, this sounds killer. Dude, like, you know when it's just like, I'm not really doing anything, I'm just reacting to what has already been created by Alex. Oh! It's amazing, literally amazing, and I'm enjoying this, and I like I say, Alex is a new artist to me. We haven't worked together before. I really hope we get to do more together because this was fun. And then Nathan says, oh yes, I vote cowbell. You guys. Jed says this could be my shortest visit ever. Dude, that's sad, but okay. And Carl says, predictable comment alert, but this track needs more cowbell. It's alright, we like the predictable ones. It means we know what's going on. Right, so let's just do... Oh, Moddy says, bello for boy and bella for girl. Are you really going to make me try and read Italian? Do you know what? I'm very grateful that I trust you, because I did a live stream once where someone was writing in Brazilian. Not Brazilian, sorry. Yeah, no. Portuguese Brazilian. I can't remember actually. And I was just trying to read it out. It turns out it's something really rude. But I trust you guys. You wouldn't make me say something rude. Bello for boy, bello for girl. Is it so? If I'm saying it to a boy, so for you, bello, and chi tutto bene, buon lavoro. Here, fine. We are ready to reprise the gigs. I think the whole world is ready to reprise the gigs For sure. Oh, Jed says only because I was late on here. Oh, I thought you were saying that you were going. We were going to have to say goodbye to you, so that's good that you're there. Right, let's move this stuff around. Oh, Zolster is the person that actually saved me that day when someone was trying to make me say rude things. Michael just literally put on the thing, stop reading what he's writing, and I was like, okay, because Zolster is amazing and I trust him, and ever since that day I was like, my guy, like, yes. So lucky. You guys are so nice. You are so lovely. Now that someone called that sound Tweety, I feel like we should save suffering succotash after hearing it. Oh, right. That's not the snare I wanted to move, but it is a little bit late. Okay. Suffering succotash. Oh, maybe it's... Do you know what? Maybe it's fine the way it was. Oh, you. I'm confused. Why did I put move the snare drum? It is that snare drum. Oh, come on, Em. Just sort your life out. Let's do it by looking. Sometimes that helps. I think if that is a little bit later as well, then it should be fit. There we go. Nice. Oh. Lovely. Okay, so. So I just want to. So the second half of the bar, as it were, although I'm working at double time here. So where would that be? Is it the outro?
Was everywhere.
Do you know what it was?
I told you 1,000 times. This place is safe. Make it clean.
Oh, I did it there as well. Oh, well, that's good. Okay, and then this one is too loud, so. I think that'll work. Okay, so because it is literally, so we just want this, and then we're gonna. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't whistle. I know that's really bad because it's sorry, it's too loud. I'm an idiot, but that's okay. Wrong bit. Okay, so it's just meant to be that. Clearly, I'm trying to, make it something that it doesn't want to be.
Didn't I tell you before? Didn't I tell you million? Everything happened all time.
That one there. That second of the gaga. Oh. That is a little bit early. I think it's. Yeah, there we go. Sounds slightly odd solo. Maybe if this goes a bit that way as well. No, but in the song it sounds. split the difference. Yep. That works for me. Okay, so I think I just no, not that. I want to hear the full track. Just turn down the backing a bit, and then I just want to, if anything sticks out, I'll just do it as we go. Where I'm at. In here. Okay. So. Actually, it's quite nice to up and down sonically.
Didn't I tell you before? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you?
It's early. It's early. Oh, that's probably too much.
Didn't I tell you before?
Oh, there's a bit much then. Oh God, what have I done? No. Dragging stuff. Don't drag stuff. Nothing good can come of dragging things. Apart from humans, because I love drag.
Didn't I tell you before? Didn't I tell you before?
Oh.
Tell you before. Tell you before. Didn't I tell you a million times? What kind of messages?
It's a bit late. That's not on.
Kind of messages. Make some space for things away.
It's a bit late as well.
Things away. There are rules everywhere. Everyone needs a policy. There is structure everywhere. Make some space for things away. Things should be put away. 'Cause they can't be put away. You don't have to keep everything. It should be put away.
That. So let's just call my eye to the yours. I don't like that bass drum drops out there. So I'm going to replace it because that's what we can do these days, which is great. Yes. Right, okay, let's just check. We just need to do a fade. So it. Cool. was a bit lumpy. That snare drum is a little bit late. And I just glanced over, Kevin, I know what you're saying about sort of keeping it lo-fi, but if things catch my ear, I can't physically let that go. But I know what you're saying about the rawness, keeping that energy in there. Oh, what is that? Almost there, but just... Oh. Oh, wait. I'll move it all the way to the grid, but I don't think that's going to fix what I'm trying to do. No, that isn't right. Ah, there we go, almost. It's the next bits now that need sorting. You know what I'm gonna do, don't you? I'm gonna end up going back to watch this. Right. By the way, if anyone has a shortcut to like remove a section of markers, please do let me know. So I just do the double click method. Oh no, that is not good, but I think maybe just right, now I'm gonna go for a different method. So we're just going to steal it from 4 bars later. that's how we're going to deal with this, because this doesn't sound good. So chop that, delete that. The powers of modern technology. Just do it earlier. I'm doing it again. I'm moving stuff again. It's just weird how it sounds weird. I'm so sorry, this is so dull, but I just want to get it right. Take a break in a second and come to the chat just to break my ears, give my ears. Okay. It's like, it's close, but it's... You can see how much earlier it was. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it, and we just bring it there. I think that's it. That's it. Crying out loud. Somebody, if you're religious, say a prayer for me. I just want to get rid of this. Thank you. Oh, I didn't want to do that, but that's fine. Here's the world. Okay. Because all the overtones of the symbols. Whilst that song is having a break, I'm going to have a break and say hello to you guys. Right. So, Jed, yeah, Zelster, Yeah, suffering succotash. Nathan says, are you familiar with Pavlov M? I can't help but think that if you pass a team a tram, you will get thirsty. I thought it was a boxing thing. I thought it was a boxing bell, and I don't watch boxing, so. But yes, I do know. I am one of Pavlov's dogs. What can I say? Kevin says, this track is slowly growing on me. I hear a lot of influences from English punk and 80s new wave. That's so funny you say that. As I was listening to it, in my head, I was going, why does this remind me of not like, I'm thinking more 90s, like Elastica or something? It's something like that. Or maybe Garbage. I know that they are English, but they're not. As in, Butch Vig is their drummer, and he's American. As far as I'm aware, Butch Vig is American, isn't he? Yeah, of course he is, because he did Nirvana stuff. Anyway, yeah, sort of Garbage, Elastica. There was another something that popped into my head. What was it? Oh, I can't remember what it is. But yeah, it's interesting that you say that, Kevin, because yeah, something happened in my brain as well. So Kevin says, it almost as if it doesn't need to be adjusted. The track is almost lo-fi retro and almost needs more inherent sloppiness to make it breathe. I totally know what you mean. Although it may not seem it, there are parts of it that I've let go because I agree with you. It needs that energy, that rawness, that, like you said, that kind of punk side of it. However, there's a line with me. If it makes me cringe, I'm like, oh no. So anyway, I'm not even sure that edit was worth the effort that I just put in, and you know what's gonna happen. Alex will come back and just be like, hate it. I hope not, because I really enjoy it. So anyway, Kevin says it has a more rolling and tumbling feel to it. I'm liking it more and more. Yeah, cool. Oh, and the progress. I keep wanting to say the progressive podcast, but it's not. The Progress podcast is here. Hello. Hi, Emily. Fascinating stuff. There's not wrong with a little bit of theory via copy and paste. So if anyone is interested, I'm going to be being interviewed by the Progress podcast on, tomorrow. It's going to be out on the 4th, I think. Is that right? Am I right in saying that? Or the 3rd? It's the 3rd or the 4th of July, so look out for that. You'll see it all over my social media, because you know me, I'm a nightmare. And Nathan says, never dull at Happy Place. Oh, not Happy Place. Happy Place. Hashtag Happy Place. 5 seconds. Suffering succotash. Nathan says, Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. Whoever eats fastest gets the most. That's good. The Progress podcast. Butch is 100% American. I thought so. Also works with the Foos. Yes, he does indeed. Yes. I'm glad I'm not, my brain, when my brain feels like it's melting most of the time, so I'm glad I've got at least something, a fact correct today. It's just the singer from Garbage is from Scotland. Isn't she? I'm sure she is. Isn't she? Yeah, anyway, that's why I was confused. Yes, okay, right. Let's carry on listening to this and stop me from absolutely going off the rails. Okay.
Put it in order. Put it in order. Make it clean.
There's something it just twigged what it was. Blur. There's something about it that reminds me of Blur. And there's a very, a 0.01% of it that reminds me of Radiohead as well.
Put it in
which is
order.
a great thing in my book.
Make it clean. Make it clean. Everything has to find its place. There was some more time. Some cracking everything used to be in its place. Put it in order. Make it clean. Everything has to find
just for the record, I'm not clapping myself. I'm clapping the song. That is a brilliant song. I love it. I often say this, it's the only downside of being a drummer and doing the remote recording thing. I'm the first one, not the first one always, but obviously it's the artist song, they've heard it the most, but from my part of the process to the end finished product, aside from the artist, is the longest wait period. So we've all heard this song, we've all gone, this is awesome, and I'm saying I can't wait for this to be out. But it's going to be ages! Ah! Inevitably it's going to be ages. Anyway, at least we've all heard it here, which is good. So the Progress Podcast says, ooh, what app is that with the water could do with something like that? All it is it's a hit app. It's a hit training app. It's called, what's it called? Intervals Pro, and don't let the pro bit fool you, it's free. There is a pro version, but whatever. And I do a timer for 25 minutes, and usually in hit timers you need a second sort of like rest period. I just put that to 0, and so it goes off every 25 minutes until I tell it to stop, which is I'm enjoying it. I'm just waiting to get sick of it, but it's great. And like I said, I drank 4 litres of water yesterday with ease. I think this must be the second bottle. So yeah, I think I've done 3 litres already today, which is good. It just makes me happy. It's easy. And Shirley Manson is Scottish. Yes. Okay, great. I'm not completely off my rocker, only a little bit. And Nathan says, remember to let us know what the name of what the name of the song means when you find out. I'm kind of hoping that Alex has been watching this secretly in the shadows, and that'll be his opening line to my reply with this. And I will say I've kind of guessed the track name. Can you let me know what it is? And yeah, but I will let you know. And Jed says, you're right to applaud, the girl done good. It's not to do with me, honestly, I swear to you, Jed, it's the song. I think this song is great. I really enjoy it. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, you guys. So I'm going to be back on here. Well, come join me, please come join me tonight on Instagram. So Vic Firth, I think it's easiest if you follow Vic Firth, and then they'll say that they're going live at 8 o'clock. So if you follow them and then come hang out. It would mean the world to me to see friendly faces. Like, this sounds ridiculous. It probably sounds so stupid, but I feel like I've got my team there. Like, you know what I mean? And like friendly faces. Not that everyone's going to be friendly, but it's my silliness. So if you are around and you fancy coming and hearing me ramble on for another hour, you've already been with me for like 2 hours, some of you, which bless your hearts, you're lovely. Then yeah, come join me 8 o'clock tonight. Or sorry, Zalster, you're not in the UK. I think you're on the West Coast, so I think it's midday for you. Basically, in 4 hours and 13 minutes time. I'm going to go make some dinner now. I'm going to make a roasted cauliflower with, I don't know what with yet actually, but a whole roasted cauliflower. That's the rest of my sort of early evening. And yeah, so sorry, I'm sidetracking. So come join me on Instagram tonight, 8 o'clock, Vic Firth. That'll be fun. Come ask some questions. Please I feel like you'll be giving me a virtual hug, like everything's okay. And the other thing, oh yeah, I'll be back here in the studio recording on Thursday for the lovely Ryan Holmes, who is also Scottish actually, and lives in Scotland. So if you want to come watch that, that's going to be a good one. We love Ryan. I've done so many sessions with him. He's a great artist, a great songwriter, a lovely fella as well, which always helps. But anyway, I'm going to love you and I'm going to leave you. And Nathan, you're a star. You've already sent in questions. Yeah, if you please send in questions to Vic Firth Stories. There's a thing saying ask a question. So just put it in there so they don't think they've made a mistake. I feel like it's an accident that they're interviewing me. It's so, I've been with Vic for years. It is a proper family vibe, but for some reason it's making me feel very insecure. I think it's because it's drummers watching me talk, and I'm not the best drummer in the world by any stretch of the imagination. So it's one of those, one of those situations that makes me just feel a bit vulnerable. So yeah, if you want to ask any questions over on there, just come join or go to their stories now. There's a sticker on one of their stories that says ask a question. So if you just tap that, I mean, ask me about food, ask me about, I don't know, anything. Like, it can be drums, obviously it can be drums, but yeah, anything. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I need to chill out. I clearly don't need another coffee. But I'm going to love you, I'm going to leave you. I'll be back here on Thursday, but hopefully I'll see you tonight anyway. Oh, also, I was going to do... That's it. I'm going to do a live Instagram tomorrow just to hang out at like 4. Oh, do you know what? Join me tonight and you'll know about all the rest because I like to tell people. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. You guys are literally the best. And I'm going to send this over to Alex. Let's hope that he likes it as much as we did. But anyway, lots of love to all of you. I hope you're well wherever you are, wherever you're up to. And yeah, I'll see you later on Vic Firth's Instagram feed. All right, lots of love. Mwah. See you guys later. Bye.